You joined us just as we got back from am-bol-east golf in the previous video. All was going great on camp, but unfortunately this is the last one. Oh, you know, you just moonwalked into my shot.
Sorry.
It's fine, it's hilarious.
Bob, get him! Get him!
No.
Get him! Go on, Bob, come here.
No, honey, don't encourage. I'll fucking knock you out.
When you think you've got problems with your diesel heater, and then once your pollard turns his on.
Cinematic effect. I was saving it.
Saving it. Oh, there you go, it's cleared. Ish. Yeah, not gonna lie, we're still a little bit waved from golf, but we let the sun set and stuck a movie on. Oh god, this looks like a bit of an ISIS training camp, but it's not, I promise, we're watching 4 lions. That was until Ash and Marie had a little accident with one of the bags of wood. Oh dear. Well, that's the tiniest operation. Waste not, want not. It all went on. Good morning. It's another glorious day. However, I did just open the window to wind is coming straight in and the unprecedented smell of cow shit. I think over one of them fields somewhere there's been muck spreading. Wind's coming directly this way. It's ripe. Just on a morning dog walk, it's all very chill. Or it was, until Mr. Pollard turned up. Sounds sick though, to be fair. What you got? Come here. What's going on with your claws, dude? Never had problems with Lance's claws. They've always kept themselves nicely trimmed because we was going long walks, but we've been here that long in the field. Look at the size of them. Ooh, you git. We need to cut them, don't we, buddy? You don't look too impressed for that. Should we cut them? No? That is the look of f*** off. I've run out of gas. Going to go have my morning shower. Can't. No gas. It's going to be wet wipe showers. But at least I can still eat and have coffee. Get out, chicken. Not seeing Emma had really started to get to me, but she'd set me a challenge to whittle her a spoon, so I decided to get started on that. She's a bit of a random one, Emma, but that's why I like her. This is also a project I've been working on. It was supposed to be the next video, but unfortunately having to leave so abruptly it's not finished, so I'm going to have to wait until I'm settled again before I can finish this and show you. Sorry. The next day the wind was horrendous, really not outdoor weather, nor getting on the roof and fixing things weather. Everyone just kind of had an indoors day. I made a weird chili / curry thing that I slow cooked on the log burner and attempted to do some work. Just been getting through some emails and trying to catch up with comments and stuff, which to be honest these days is just nigh on impossible. There's only one of me. And there's so many stuff that comes in on all of the different platforms, and something's just happened that's really just naffed me off. So this guy messaged me and there was no hi, how you doing, no any of this, just I want you to build my camper van. and I don't know if anyone else has got the settings on Instagram where I think it's a business account, so you have a pending folder where messages go, and it's very easy to forget that folder exists. Yeah, they can easily be missed. So over the course of, I think it was 3 weeks, this guy's been messaging me and messaging me again, and I just haven't seen it. And the last message was calling me every name under the sun. I don't appreciate anyone, I'm a selfish asshole, I'm stuck up my own arse. Because I haven't messaged to say, yes, I'll build your entire camper van. First of all, I don't build entire camper vans, that's not what I do. I help with certain aspects, but anyway, it just seems to be a more common thing these days, and notably since the whole corona thing kicked off, the internet has got a lot nastier, which is a shame, because at the moment it is the only platform we have to communicate. You'd have thought the good would have shone through, but people either want to have a go at you, tell you what you're doing wrong, or just hurl general abuse. Something I've been thinking about for a while, whether it's actually worth it doing all this, because it's a lot of effort. I like it to go out right, I like to do the fancy bits, and that's the bit I enjoy, but that takes time, and you know, it takes a lot of time. And despite a lot of people thinking, oh, YouTuber, you must make so much money, no. And when you add up the recording time with time to, you know, extra time, if I'm doing a job on the van without recording it, it'll take an hour, for example, and if I record that job, it'll take 3 hours. You got to stop and explain what you're doing, and move the camera around and focus in and make sure the shots are right and try and get the audio right. And after all that, you'll get one bit wrong and someone will moan about it. So yeah, it's all just come to a bit of a head, and I actually did a bit down the bottom of the field when I was in a really shitty mood the other day. It was peeing it down with rain, I was in an awful mood. I'm not going to show you any of it because it's pretty pathetic. It was basically me saying I'm tired and I'm about ready to stop with YouTube. It's so easy to say, you know, the haters, or you know, it's just comments, or it's just this, it's just that. But with what's happened during this crisis, and with everything that happened, the Scotland bloody horde, the abuse that's continued on from that, it's not stopped. The people trying to track down our location to, I don't know what reason, you know, all that kind of stuff. We've had time to sit and let that really settle, and just witness firsthand the hatred in the world, and also seeing it throughout the van life community. People getting threatened and God knows what, and how so many people have just gone back to tribal ridiculous instincts. You know, you mix stupidity and fear, it's a dangerous combo. So yeah, I've been debating just shutting up shop, to be honest. I don't do this for the popularity, I don't care about any of that. I like telling stories and I like making videos. It's a hobby, you know, it's also a portfolio of work, so if I ever wanted to go into something of this line of work, I've got it, and I post it online so anyone who wants to watch it can. So yeah, the past couple of days I've been pondering and just thinking, oh, paint the van a different colour, shut the channel down, disappear off into the sunset. But then I got 2 messages, one was on Instagram, one was an email, same day. 2 people who've got severe disabilities, and their messages were very heartwarming and details in with themselves, but their basic message was how they are unable to travel, unable to ever experience buying a van and just going off and seeing what the world has to offer. Their world is quite small, so they get to live vicariously through my videos, through anyone who does this sort of thing, and basically just how much they appreciate it. It took me back, it really did. I had to sit and have a little moment with that. It was a big reminder of the real reason I like to do this. I don't care about the subscriber count. I don't care about the viewing figures. I mean, it does sort of go towards me wage, but you know, I earn money elsewhere. It doesn't matter. But if I can tell a story and it inspires or brightens someone's day, or anything like that, people who can't get out get a sense of adventure. That makes all of the trolling and the bullshit and the just general shittery of society blows them out of the water, to be honest. So to those people that did message, you actually helped me, because I was on the brink of like bollocks, destruction button, I'm off. So I'll be carrying on for now. Who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? But yeah, for now I'm gonna stick around. But unfortunately, the day after recording that, news come in that was going to put an end to Camp am-bol-east. Some delightful prick had reported us to the council, and despite being on private land under the 28-day rule, they could still have us and get Jez and a few other people that aren't on camera but are involved in the background in a bit of trouble. They'd all already done so much for us and we were really appreciative, and the thought of getting them in trouble we just couldn't live with. So the decision was made, despite the lockdown still being in place, that we'd hastily dismantle camp and leave. Not really sure where we were going to go, and this time we'd have to split up, and that was pretty much the final straw for me. Well, this has all come to a pretty abrupt end, but today we've got to leave. Despite, you know, everything going on, global pandemic. Today is dismantling camp, and well, I don't really know. I've been told with the relaxed laws, it's now okay to go out in camper vans. This obviously covers everyday normal people, but you're allowed to go out in your camper van, but overnight camping anywhere is strictly forbidden. We heard news of Camp Imbecile up at Mamtor. They got served an eviction notice. And yet the lockdown and everything's still in place, so yeah, a bit odd. This is why I hate England. It's just rules and regulations and the amount of people that don't even realise that it screws everybody, and then they follow along like sheep. And you can't do that, the rules state you can't do that, I'm going to report you. And they'll go out their way to quash anything that's a little bit different. People take their whole internal bandwidth, and I am directly stealing this off a Joe Rogan podcast, this is not my words, but you know, you only have a certain amount of bandwidth up there, and the amount of people that use that on other bullshit that really doesn't matter, putting their nose in things where they just shouldn't. If they focus that bandwidth on what they actually wanted in life, everyone would be a little bit happier, wouldn't they? But no, so many people sit miserable, and because of that they need to make everyone else miserable, and we'll go to extreme efforts to make sure that happens. People make me sick. Anyway, so yeah, today is pulling camp down. Everything that we've built is going. The chickens have been plucked and rotisseried, and that is our celebratory dinner tonight. I'm joking before all you vegans get fired up. No, the chickens have been rehomed. Jez's business partner is going to have them. He was looking to buy chickens anyway, so that's actually worked out quite well. All the negatives aside, it's been pretty damn cool. When we arrived, obviously we'd just been shook up pretty bad, and we were pretty sure that the world was still ending. I couldn't imagine I'd have enjoyed myself through a global pandemic. But yeah, that's the things you got to take away, really, isn't it? It's the little things, because you can get ate up with all the bullshit and all the dickheads of the world, the seemingly growing number of them. But then you're letting that take over your bandwidth. We've had it pretty damn good here, and even if now we have to go and have a little bit of hardship, just in the same boat as everyone else, aren't we? So, what an amazing, crazy few weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. But yeah, it's probably going to go a little bit quiet for a bit now. Right. Just about enough for that. It's not that bad, Jesus. See, this is why I like making videos. You can tell a story just through editing. Mute the audio and put a sad track on, you got this soppy shit. Tweaking the clicks and adding the audio back in tells a very different story. This is supposed to be a sad video. Am-bol-east.
That's all in slow-mo as well.
Oops. Sorry, James.
Where's that coming from?
I know. Second one.
Fucking kill yourself on the last bit.
I just don't want to go anymore. That was commitment.
Oh yeah.
Well, even though it sucks, this is still fun.
Oh God.
The final time. I wasn't even that sad to see the chickens go. They were pricks. You hated it, we hated it. Keep going.
Smells like shit.
Tastes like shit.
We may have accidentally put some empty canisters in the chicken coop.
Yes.
That felt so good.
Got it? I think so. Should we get drunk and have a curry?
Yep.
Right, people bring in.
We had one final round of golf, clearing out the course as we went, and then got back to have our last curry.
Would anybody care for a sweet?
Oh God.
Am-bol-east was now gone, but the central fire and the rocket stoves remained. Jez had requested that they stay as a bit of a monument to our time here, so they'll be lasting for eternity. Or until a strong wind. You know, there's no cement in it. Seemed quite fitting that the last meal we cooked on the rocket stove was the first, a paneer curry.
Thank you.
Well, that's am-bol-east over. But to be fair, it was coming up soon anyway. We started the other day really miffed off with the whole situation and properly gutted. So it's been kind of sad to dismantle everything we've built and all that kind of shit, but overall we've had a bit of a laugh with it. One last curry as a group and a good drink and a send-off, and then we're all going to go our separate ways. I can't guarantee there'll be much being recorded tonight because the drinks are going to start flowing, but yeah, it's looking back on the whole situation, it's been pretty damn good. And thank you all for joining us, giving us all the advice, all the little tips and pointers. It's during this whole pandemic where everyone has to lock down and stay away from each other, it's been really nice to actually have you guys with us, and what an adventure. That night, I'm not even going to lie to you, we went hard, we got drunk, and we made sure we all stayed in good spirits. It was a really, really good night. However, the moment of the night that sticks with me the most is the moment with no words. The funeral come on from the band of horses, and it was a pretty perfect ending song. We all just sat in silence, no words needed to be said. We never did use the racetrack. I can't get round the bends.
Motherfucker!